Hello, hello. I haven't really done an update in a while. It's been busy. I haven't updated in a while as well. So yeah, I made a little note here. Yeah, yesterday I was a relationship coach for him because he had like a thing happen with his girlfriend. So I talked him through it, and like you should do this and this, and yeah. So hopefully they worked it out today. I will know when he comes home. But that happened. But first things first. So for a few days previously, for almost like 2 3 days in a row, I was so intent on going home. I was like, could I, can I was very close to actually fix and make sure so I can get home earlier. But it's just I could get home like a week or 10 days earlier, and then it's like then I might as well stay. Oh, speaking of stay, I canceled my homestay in Nagano because first I was gonna be in the Nagano area for like a week plus, but then I couldn't go to Gunma to meet my the host family I was with, the second host family I lived with. I couldn't go back to meet them one last time, unfortunately. So then I'm not gonna be there for those 2 days, and then I canceled with another host. I don't remember why, but I think I could be with my last host for a longer time, so then I didn't have to be at the other person's place. And then I realized I'm gonna go from Fukuoka to Nagano to be there for like 1.5 day and then down to Tokyo. That felt very unnecessary. So I asked my Fukuoka family if I could stay there 2 days more and then just go from Fukuoka directly to Tokyo instead. Which is sad because that person in Nagano was one of the hosts I looked most forward actually to meeting, but maybe another time. Um, and when I say the host in Fukuoka, the first host in Fukuoka, it's not gonna happen. The one I had, but I'm actually gonna stay with my old host family, the one I lived with 2016. So that's super nice. I'm gonna stay with them for 8 days, I think, or something. So that's super nice. Because first I was just planning to come visit them for like a day or two, but now I'm gonna stay there for a week. So it will be like the good old times. So that's super awesome. So I'm very happy how that turned out. And now it says here on my note, 23 days left. Like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. After, like I said, after the first month, I was like, okay, I want to go home. And then when it was 1 month left, that's kind of the time when it was hardest because one entire month. Now it's only 23 days, and that's doable. You know, it's like okay, yeah, that's less than a month. Now we're actually getting to the end of this, so it feels I can survive. And I mean, of course, I still have happy things left to do and fun things to do. But yeah, I also want to go home. Yeah, I didn't film it. When I was at the Universal Studios in Japan, they had this like Mario star, which was quite big, kind of like my head, like my head if it was like a star, but like star. The star from Mario with like the eyes, and you become Super Mario when you eat the star. Anyways, they had it, and that was like a popcorn holder, and I was like, should I get it? Should I get it? No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. I was like, I'm not gonna use it, but it was so awesome, so I want it. And then I was like, maybe I will give this to my friend. But it's like, where would she randomly have it? I don't know. I was like, she will have to come here. Matilda will have to fucking come here and get one for herself, and we can go there together. I wanted to go to Nintendo Land, but you had to pay like an extra fee, and it's like I paid to get into Universal Studios. Why do I have to pay more? I'm already inside. So then we were like, nah, and we didn't have super much time, so we didn't. Um, it wasn't worth it to go and buy the ticket really. And I just thought that I will go there with Matilda sometime, someday instead. So, but anyways, this star, I was like, okay, yeah, it's awesome. But then it got dark, and the star it lights up, and I'm just thinking, why didn't I film it? Why didn't I film it? Because it's dark, and then just this bright yellow cute star just shining. It's like, oh my god, it's amazing. And she was like, I gotta get the star, but it was completely sold out, so it was too late to get one. um, and I'm like, I'm still like, Victoria, you don't need that star. You never, but I want it. I want it so bad. Yeah, I will get back to Universal Studios, but I just wanted to talk about that from this Monday, and not this Monday, but the previous Monday. It's not mandatory to wear a mask anymore. Well, technically it wasn't before either, but everyone still was wearing them. And everyone still is. It's like maybe 1 in 20 people. No. 1 in 50 people that doesn't wear a mask. I mean, I notice a difference because now I actually see people every day without a mask. But like I say, it's like 1 in 50, maybe not even that. And on all buses and trains at all times, they're always wearing masks. Um, you should still, if it's like rush hour, but it never is when I'm out and traveling and everyone is still wearing it. I'm not, because I've been a very good gaijin for 2 months. Every time I go outside, I have my mask. And now I literally don't have to do it anymore. So therefore, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy my last month here. I'm gonna enjoy it. So yeah. And yeah, I'm sorry for being bad at updating. And sometimes I see cool things I want to film, but sometimes I'm just too tired just to take up my phones and film it. I'm like, I don't care. Like some food I've eaten, or like some new onigiri I've tried. And it's like, I don't have the energy. Partly because this phone is shaky cam. Like I'm holding the phone. I swear to God, I'm holding the phone so still. I could be like a surgeon. I'm holding it so still, but the phone is still like shaky, shaky. It's like, it's impossible. Um, so I don't want to film with this one, but on the other one, all the space is used up, and I still haven't gotten to fixing it. I've tried, haven't succeeded, so I gotta get into that. My friend sent me some links, but I haven't really had time to try to fix it. So that's also why I've been bad at that. So I'm sorry, because I would have filmed a lot more if it wasn't as it is now. But hopefully I will fix it. Yeah, there was one thing that pissed me off at like the I'm just gonna talk about Hogwarts at Universal Studios. But when you got inside of the ride, uh, like you could walk, up the stairs with all the paintings on the walls, and you saw like the classroom where the blue little things fly around, like that classroom they sit in. It was like an exact replica, and it was so cool. I was like, oh my god, it's like I'm fucking there. Because if you don't know, you don't know. But I mean, you've seen it in the movie, but to actually be there in the classroom, to really get the 3D experience, that's so amazing. That's so, I don't know how to describe, but it was so cool to actually see it, and like, because it felt so much more real. Not only that, oh, this is exactly how it looked for the actors when they filmed the movie, but let's pretend it's real. I was like, yeah, but this is how it was for Harry Potter. This is the classroom everything happened in, and that was so cool. And it said you're not allowed to have your phones, and you're not allowed to film. And they also had the like all the candles in the roof, and it said you're not allowed to film. But then other people had their phones and they filmed, and I'm like, fuck you. If I knew we were allowed, I would have taken it. I would have brought my phone as well, but they said no phone. And I listened to the rules. I'm sorry. So no videos for you. But I mean, I guess you can just look it up on the internet, or you've seen the movie. It looks exact like the movies. It's not anything new. But yeah, but it was so cool to actually see. Yeah, and you could see the homeroom as well, the Gryffindor homeroom. So that was very cool. And I really liked, my favorite rides was the flying dinosaur, because it's like when you are just kind of flying like that, like horizontally, it's so different. And it's like, because you get a kick when you go on a roller coaster, you're like, fuck yeah. But it's so different, and it's so unusual, and it's so different from how it normally is. I can't describe it, but it's like I got a kick in an entirely new way. So I mean, that ride, the Flying Dinosaur, is the best one I've ever gone on to. And then my second favorite was the Harry Potter one. Those were my top two favorites out of the four rides. Yeah. Because I really liked the Harry Potter one. It wasn't as roller coastery. I mean, it still was, but it was very much like it was the roller coaster, and it still slid and still did things. But that wasn't the thing because it was like a screen and things happening. Like I said, at one point the spiders came down from, it is the second movie, I don't know, all the spiders in that forest, and I was like, no, the spiders are coming. I know, it's like, ah, they're like, ah, and I was like, ah, because I screamed. I was like, no, I don't like this. And then once again, it's like, okay, but now I really understand how Ron must have felt. Like, okay, now I get it. I really get it. Just horrible. And then just the mentors, like, what the fuck? It's like, it is much scarier in real life. Did you know? So it's, yeah, but it was so cool. And the best thing with it was when you were on the flying broom, and first you were just kind of flying around Hogwarts a little bit, and then you were actually at the like Quidditch court field. I don't know how you call it, and then you had the golden snitch, and you're like, I could almost grab it, and it was just so cool, the flying Quidditch, because then the screen goes, and it feels like you're flying, and it's. I mean, we've all wanted to play Quidditch, and like, how do you describe it? But it's like it's actually happening. Like, yeah, this feeling right now on this ride, that is the closest I'm ever gonna get to actually fly on a broomstick, And it was so cool to experience that because it felt real. Because this, the chairs are moving and, doing all these special effects. And then you have the screen, and yeah, it really, really feels like you're flying. It's just such a high. Partly because the ride is fun and cool, but also because, wow, I'm doing this thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not describing it in the best way, but it was awesome. And then, was it worth it? Going to Universal Studios is like the queuing, man. Like I said, yeah, we got onto 4 rides. Spider-Man one as well. It was quite fun, but it was like a less fun version of the Harry Potter one. But it was different. It was, I'm not gonna say tacky, but they had one part that was super cool because like the villain put a ray on your car, like the car we were riding in, and then like lifted it up into the air. And then like when we were thrown up into the air, you could see how we passed like the buildings and just going up like 50 stories high. That was very cool. And I really liked that about Universal Studios, how they played with both the roller coaster that you're sitting in, but with the visuals as well to create these very, very awesome effects. It's not only you sit in a roller coaster and then, things happen, maybe you do a loop and that's it. But I really liked how they incorporated the visuals and things like that. That was very cool. And then we went Hollywood Dream. It's her favorite, and it was my least favorite. But she loves it because of the music in the ride. And I don't like super loud music blasting into my ears, which is why I didn't like it. But the ride was good, but it was kind of shaky though. So I was like, okay, it feels a little bit dangerous. But yeah, like I said, and then we saw like a short anime movie, but in 4D. But it was like 2 hours queue to everything, and that was less fun. So, and I mean, of course, I mean, they were awesome, and it's such an experience. And I kind of like, I thought I was gonna say I wouldn't do it again though, but it's like I fucking would do it again. So I guess we have our answer there, because they were just so awesome. But you should go there during a pandemic. She did, and then she said it was like, yeah, it was like 30 minutes wait for the rides. So that sounds awesome. Then it's 1,000,000% worth it. But I mean, if you go there, I don't know if they have these special passes that you can go like some kind of express lane, but buy it. I mean, if you're gonna go there and you're gonna pay for the entrance, and since it's such long waiting times, Um, I recommend going the express way because waiting in line for 2 hours for everything, it's, yeah. And we were kind of late, and with that I mean that she was kind of late. I'm not late. I'm pretty much never late. I was good in time. Uh, so if we had been there 2 hours earlier, we would probably have gone to Nintendo Land. Not really blaming her because now I can do that with Matilda instead, and we can do it, and it will be a first time for me as well. But yeah, so it was quite a bummer because then we could have gone on the Flying Dinosaur one more time, at least. But yeah, and then everything like the food inside there is of course much more expensive. But if you want to save money on the like, you're not allowed to bring food. And she said, no, 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 they check your bag. You're not allowed to come inside. But, you know, they don't check the bags too well. So, you know, just hide your onigiri under something, or, you know, it should be fine, should be fine. Hide it under a book or something. I don't know. Why would you bring a book to an amusement park? But anyways, hide that and sneak that shit into there. And the drinks are also more expensive in the vending machines. So, but I guess you can bring water. It feels inhumane if they wouldn't let you. But my point is, we paid extremely overpriced for lunch, like 2,600 yen, and there were, you know, like more expensive alternatives. But they had hot dogs, and the one we found was like 900 yen for a hot dog. I was like, no. And after that, we found for like 600 yen hot dogs. It's like, I would rather have gotten like 3 hot dogs, and it would still have been cheaper than the lunch, and I would have been just as content. But I drank the butter beer, so I'm happy. Because, like, after I drank it, I was like, I really like it. And now when I think about it, I'm still like, I really like it. So, you know, it's still worth it. You know, gotta do it for the experience. But if you want to save some money, just saying. And get that star. Get that shining star, because it's fucking awesome. Yeah. Then we went and ate some sushi. And we had such problem finding a hotel because everything in Osaka was booked. Everything. And then we called each other, and then we were jokingly talking about like, oh, Hotel La La, like literally Hotel La La. That was the name. I was like, oh, this is a love hotel. Look at it. Can't we live there? And she was like, Victoria, stop. and then we had Hotel Liebhaber, which was also a love hotel. And then I Google translated Liebhaber because I wanted to know what the German word meant. And then it was like even better because it means älskare. It means lover. So Hotel Lover, and it's a love hotel. I was like, oh, that's so funny. And she was like, I can't find any room. I was like, have you tried Hotel La La or Liebhaber? And it's like, okay, maybe I should explain. A love hotel is just such a Japanese thing, and it would be fun to go to. I mean, of course, we're not gonna do anything, but it's much cheaper. Yeah, it is much cheaper. Not only cheaper, but generally much cheaper than a normal hotel. So it's cheaper. So why not? And just that it would be a fun thing to be able to say that I have stayed at the love hotel. And I thought it wasn't gonna happen. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. I don't have a partner here, and why would I go to a love hotel myself? I don't think I would have been comfortable with that. So I didn't think we were gonna do that. And then when we came to the hotel, because she didn't know it was that kind of hotel, but when we got there, she was like, oh, this is a love hotel. I'm like, it is? It is? Are you sure? Like, how do you know? She's like, it's obvious. And I'm like, tell me. But one thing they had, which was very interesting, in front of like the parking lot, in front of the cars, there were like a white board, kind of, I don't know, this big maybe. And you put that in front of your car, so you can't see the car plate, so you can't see the car number. I was like, ooh, sneaky people trying to be sneaky and not showing who they are. But I was like, damn, okay, that was interesting. I didn't know that. And yeah, we went inside, but it was so awesome. I mean, you saw it. I loved it. It was, I mean, we rated it. She gave it like 9 out of 10. I gave it 8 out of 10. Simply because the decor was very, very boring. They could have done something better. Come on, guys. But if the decor would have been better, I would have given it 9 out of 10. Like, I have no complaints. I've stayed at what is it now, 3, 4 different hotels, if you include that manga cafe, which is not a hotel. But you know, I've stayed at 2, 3 hotels now in Japan, and it's been quite small rooms, dirty. Well, the decor has been even more boring in those rooms. But you know, it's like I paid much more money to stay at those hotels, and they were much worse. I mean, this bathroom was amazing. You know, this big tub, and you had the bubbles, you had the lights, you had the TV, you had so many different products. It was just big, it was spacious, the bed was big and spacious. I was gonna say obviously, but oh no. No, it's like I really recommend it, like honestly. Go to Love Hotel. But she did say that this is one of the better she's stayed at. So good for us. But I guess the quality is also kind of ranging. But yeah, I thought it was awesome, and I'm so happy I got to stay at one. And especially since it turned out to be such an awesome experience. But yeah, and today, what have I done today? Not too important. Nothing too important. Yeah, I sent a new package to Sweden, and it was more expensive than I would have wanted it to be. It was heavier than my previous one, and then it's also like I don't want to wait 3 months for it. I'm gonna be home in 3 weeks. I don't want to wait 3 months to actually get my shit. I'm too impatient for that. But that hurt my wallet. I was like, oh, I don't want to pay this. But you should have seen my Tetris game. I was gonna film, but it was too many secret objects in that box. Sounds like government. Don't. I don't mean that kind of secret object. I just mean gifts for my friends and family. Please don't apprehend me. Nothing illegal in there. Yeah, so I would have filmed it, but you know, like every centimeter of that box was filled. I'll tell you, because I wanted to get all the heavy stuff and all my porcelain plates, bowls, everything like that. So everything's sensitive. So yeah, we'll see if everything is broken when I get it. Yay! I've been so worried about the plates and that everything will break. And the same, even if I would have it here in my suitcase here, it could still break at the airport because they throw with it. Or I don't trust the airport, and I don't trust the postal service. Fuck, I was like, I trust the airport more maybe. But yeah, I didn't have the space either. So yeah. Well, okay, now I'm not saying anything of worth. I can say one thing. I bought these earrings previously, so I actually wore them today. It's very nice. And yes, obviously, as you can see, these are fake ones because I don't have holes in my ears. And in Sweden, I never find fake ones. It's only people with real holes. God damn it. So I'm so happy because I found like, I think I bought like three, 4 pairs of earrings. Because I never find pretty ones. I never even find these fake ones. So that's super great. So I'm very, very happy with that. It makes me happy. Yay. My plan today was to go and buy Kobe beef. I was so excited. I was looking up like best Kobe beef restaurants in Kobe because obviously. But then you need to reserve a ticket the day before. And I was like, hell no. Can't do that because I will go tomorrow morning to Osaka, but then I will be in Osaka. I will be close enough, so I will go back. I will make my host reserve that ticket for me because I'm gonna be lost because it's in Japanese. No, it is in English, but I don't know if the reservation, because sometimes it starts out in English and then it turns to Japanese. But maybe she can help me book the ticket or recommend another place, and then I will go back to Kobe just to eat the Kobe beef because I'm not gonna eat it. You know, it's like, yeah, why did I even come to Japan if I'm not gonna eat Kobe beef? You know, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. I bought some candy because I have no self-control. So I bought these jelly beans. Super nice. Super nice. So tasteful. But that was not what I was going to show. I bought these honey jelly things because I like honey and jelly, and they were fine. They were fine. But I saw this has nothing to do with Japan, but I saw these ones and I was like, oh my god, are these the ones? Because I bought these at the airport in England, and when I don't remember which one, and I've never seen this candy ever again in my fucking life. And like even at another airport in England, they didn't have it. And then once I saw a similar one, I think it's the same brand, but not that one in particular. And yeah, but this is the one. So I found it. It's like, oh, it was when I was together with my psycho ex. So which year was that? Oh, many years ago. It's like 5-6 years ago, and now I found it. So I'm so happy, and it's still very good. Yeah. So yeah, let's end it with that, eh? So good night.